Hello everyone, Bible believers around the world. So in today's video, we're going to be discovering the shocking truth about the link between the Nation of Islam and the OneWest Camps. Now historically, on the channel, I've compared the OneWest Camps to the Nation of Islam a lot, mainly because they act the same. For example, they both have a huge hatred for the so-called white man, and they both call white people the devil. But we're going to be learning in this video that the connection between these two groups actually goes way deeper than just that. For example, in recent times, I've seen more and more Israelites accepting the doctrines of the Nation of Islam and trying to push them off as scripture. For example, I believe in 1963, Malcolm X had a speech, and this was when he was still with the Nation of Islam. And in 1963, he had a speech where he compared white people to dogs and just completely, dehumanized them, said that they used to have tails and that they had furry bodies and that they walked on all fours and not on 2 feet. And this is something that I've seen pushed by Israelites in the modern day. And it gets even worse than that. For example, the connection between the Nation of Islam and the OneWest Camps goes even further than what I just mentioned of Israelites pushing the doctrine of the Nation of Islam, specifically from Malcolm X's 1963 speech about white people being furry animals, basically. So I recently posted a lesson on my TikTok as well as this channel that has been my worst shadow banned lesson in history. Because on TikTok, I've never posted a video on TikTok that's gotten 0 views. But the video in question was the video I posted about one of the biggest OneWest camps and the Freemasonic connection that they have. And that video literally got 0 views on TikTok for like the first 4 days. And over here on my YouTube channel, it only has 11 views. And I'm pretty sure like 10 of those are myself watching on another account. So that is the Freemasonic connection to this big OneWest camp is important because Elijah Muhammad, the founder of the Nation of Islam, was a known Mason. So now we have Israelites quoting what Malcolm X said about white people when he was with the Nation of Islam. So we have Israelites trying to push Nation of Islam doctrine as scripture. We have one of the biggest OneWest camps showing signs of Freemasonic activity, just like Elijah Muhammad, the founder of the Nation of Islam, was a Mason. And in that video, I showed all of the symbolism of that particular OneWest camp that's so similar to symbolism in the Freemasonic stuff. And also I showed the leader of that camp doing the Freemasonic hand signs that all of these politicians and movie actors be making. And once again, already mentioned it, stuff on their uniform that's a complete match to Freemasonic symbolism. So now we have 2 connections for these 2 groups. Now here we get to the shocking part. The Nation of Islam actually taught the Esau is the white man doctrine. So now it's another doctrine from the OneWest camps that actually comes from the Nation of Islam. Now we've already covered in the past that the origin of the wicked Esau's the white man doctrine actually comes from the Talmudic writers who claimed Esau is Rome without any scripture evidence or any other evidence. No DNA, no scripture, no ancient depictions, no nothing. And the OneWest camps grabbed that and made the Esau's the white man doctrine. But it's very crazy to see what we're about to read, that the Nation of Islam also taught the Esau's the white man doctrine long before Abba Bivens even founded OneWest. Let's read it. In the Nation of Islam theology, Esau represents the ancestor of the Caucasian or white race. This interpretation is the part of the Nation of Islam's unique origin myth, which is distant from mainstream Islamic or traditional biblical interpretations. Excuse me. According to Nation of Islam teachings as articulated by leaders like Elijah Muhammad and Louis Farrakhan, Esau is depicted as a red and ugly individual, an ancestor whose descendants, white people, are considered by some in the Black Hebrew Israelite movement, which shares some ideas with the Nation of Islam. See, it shares some ideas. We're starting to see these similarities between the Nation of Islam and the OneWest camps. The biblical story of Jacob representing the black race, the chosen people of God, in Nation of Islam theology, taking the birth from his elder twin brother Esau is used to symbolize the supposed historical dynamic where Jacob, a black scientist, created the white race when then contrived to take this birthright from the black nation. Okay, so this is important to understand. So when you're following the Esau's the white man doctrine, you're following a doctrine that was taught by a satanic Freemason. And not only that, Elijah Muhammad didn't even teach that black people were human. Because if you listen to the teachings of the Nation of Islam, they call us Anunnaki, that we were from outer space and that we are like an alien superior race than the other so-called ethnicities of people on the earth. Now, Anunnaki in the scripture is a type of Nephilim. It's a type of Nephilim. So when you're saying you're proud to be Anunnaki, you're basically saying you're proud to be a demon. Okay? So that's a whole right there. That's something to keep in mind. The Nation of Islam teaches that white people have held satanic power for 4,000 years, an era that is prophesied to end with the destruction of the white race. Isn't that what OneWest teaches? That no white people can be saved? And that Obadiah is talking about the destruction, that Obadiah is some type of white slaughter book, and that all white people are going to die and can't be saved? Isn't that what they teach? It's the same thing. Some interpretations with the Nation of Islam have identified Esau as the symbol of the white man or the blue-eyed devils, a common term used in the Nation of Islam to describe white people who have acted cruelly towards people of color. Boom. The connection. We now see it. The OneWest Camps are way closer to the Nation of Islam than we ever thought. And that the wicked, false doctrine that the Caucasian is the descendant of Esau was taught by the Nation of Islam before OneWest was even a thing.